Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Tony Todd, aka Candyman, My Living Dead, Final Destination. You're listening to the Horror Squad podcast.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Horror Squad podcast. This is episode number 357, where tonight we will be talking about 2006's Hatchet, as selected by, do we know, Steve? I
We
know it
do.
was one of our Indiegogo
It's
friends.
actually a good friend of ours, Eric, who's been on the show way back, like probably episode like 13, 14 or something like that when you guys were the three guys at horror. So
Mm-hmm.
long time friend, and yeah, so
Indeed.
he picked this one.
All right. Awesome. Thank you, Eric, for that. Indiegogo is still kind of going, right, Steve? We decided not to
Yeah.
completely shut it down. Can you give the fans a little update about that?
Yeah, so basically, we decided that we're going to keep it open if anyone wants to keep supporting us, and there's going to continue being costs and stuff like that, but we do have enough to make the movie, and we're excited. So thank you everyone for being so generous and yeah, and kind of supporting us in this endeavor. We had 81 backers, which is freaking amazing. I don't know what the American total was, but in Canada it's 7,500. So it's going to be, going to give us more money to do some really cool special effects. Like I'm looking into all sorts of different things that I probably wouldn't have considered if we didn't go over our budget. So I'm looking forward to getting started now. Now's our turn to do the work. So thank you again, everyone. It's very cool that everyone supported us.
Yes. Yeah, I can't wait. I mean, I'm so excited. I would film now, but with the winter coming and stuff, it's just gonna be really tough for me. So my plan is to start filming my movie portion of the summoning in April is the hope. Steve is planning on coming down for that, possibly Todd as well. And then we're gonna film the wraparound portions as well around that time. But yeah, I'm excited with the money, you guys gave towards the movie. I'm buying a really, really awesome mask, silicone mask, for the movie, and it'll get the costuming made and stuff like that, which I wouldn't have been able to afford probably otherwise. So I appreciate you guys on that. And then I do have a few practical effects in my movie that I'm going to need to do as well, which I'm gonna have to learn. This will be the first time I've ever had to do practical effects and stuff like that. So definitely going to require some YouTube videos and stuff. But actually, Damian Leone he was like saying, he just, the same with him. Like he read books. He had no idea. Had no training at all. And I mean, look at that guy. I mean, his practical effects stuff is amazing now.
Yeah.
So I mean, he simply learned through reading books, and he said, but nowadays he's like, there's so many great YouTube tutorials out there and stuff like that. So I will definitely be going down that rabbit hole eventually.
Hmm.
I should also mention Todd is not here currently,
Right.
but don't you worry, folks. He will be joining us very shortly. He's just running a few minutes behind, so he will probably be joining us after the news segment of the portion. I should also mention we have an interview this week in honor of Hatchet and the late great Tony Todd. We will be putting the interview out that we did. What was it, last year, Steve? I
Probably
think
2 years ago at this point.
2 years ago. Yeah, when we had him on, he was promoting Stoker Hills, I believe was the name of the
Mhm.
movie. Yeah, so we wanted, in honor of Tony Todd, who we just lost at just the young age of 69, unfortunately, lost his battle with cancer, unfortunately. We wanted to pay tribute to him somehow, and me and Steve were, very fortunate, obviously, to interview him, interviewing a horror icon, definitely, I think the biggest name we've ever had on the show, I would say, as far as like,
Yeah.
just someone who just was so important to the genre of horror. So in honor of him, at the end of the episode, we will be replaying that interview we did with him, which we did get into a lot of Candyman talk. There is a lot of Stoker Hills talk,
Well, not that
because
much.
he's
He didn't
promoting
see
it.
it,
Oh yeah,
so.
that's right. You didn't see that. That's right. He didn't even watch the movie, which was funny. Yeah, the interview started off. I mean, now that he's passed away, we can be like very, I guess, forthcoming with how that interview went. It didn't start off very well because it was just like really, I don't know, like he hadn't seen the movie and I was asking him questions about the movie, so he really didn't have great answers for that. And then I kept going back to him saying he's like a horror icon and like, he's known so much for horror and stuff. And he's like, I'm not just known for horror. And it was just like really awkward. And then like I was kind of like, well, we're a horror podcast, like so this is so, and then after that, like once I kind of had that conversation with them, it seemed to go better.
Yeah, I think it
After
clicked
that,
like when he's like, okay, this makes sense now. If they're a horror podcast,
yeah,
that's
right,
their focus. So
yeah.
after that, it went well. But that
Yeah.
first, yeah.
I think he took some offense at first, like thinking like, oh, like we don't respect like the rest of his career or whatever like that. But yeah, so but it went a lot better after that. I would say it was probably our most awkward interview to start, though, for sure. I can't remember too many other interviews that have gone terribly or awkwardly.
I mean, there's a handful that were
Yeah,
not as you mean you have to also like get context. There are really
yeah,
like two types of interviews we do. We do the ones where either we reach out ourselves or it's like it's a one-on-one. Basically, we're just talking to them, which is so much easier
yeah,
than these interviews like Tony Todd did, where he's probably done like 20 interviews before us. He's
right,
probably got another 20 after us. He's getting the same questions over and over,
right,
and he's just like it's like he has to do them, right? It's like a contract
mhm,
thing,
right.
so it's just kind of awkward. You're really timed too, and publicist is there, like kind of listening in. And it's like, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
hmm
mhm.
I think still what takes the cake for me is the Will Beinbrink episode where I literally asked him like how to pronounce his name and then I said it
Yeah,
exactly how it was supposed to be. He's like, no, you got it wrong or whatever. And I was like, really? I was like,
yeah,
okay. It
yeah.
just started off so weird, but that was actually a pretty good interview. He was really nice after that. But yeah, just some behind the scenes stuff for you guys that you guys don't really usually get to hear. But yeah, I think that's about it, Steve. We got anything else? Anything else you need to cover before we spill a little tea?
We got Todd coming in,
Oh,
so
Todd.
he can
All
help us
right.
spill that tea.
There he is.
Who are we talking shit about?
Todd
Tony
is
Todd.
in. We were talking
What?
about how awkward our Tony Todd interview was to start.
Oh,
Now that
Those
yeah.
yeah,
those
Rest in peace,
Todds,
man. But hey, you can't win them all.
it happens. It happens.
There's dozens of Todds in the world,
Yeah.
and we're all a little bit ornery. I know. You know what's weird? I know like 4 Todds, and I don't know.
There's
Strange.
a group. They're gathering. You know?
Yeah, my new neighbor. I just we're in the process of moving, which Steve and I were talking about. It's like weird. Every 4 years, Steve and I move at the exact same
Right.
time.
Yeah.
Right.
But my neighbor, oh, that's another story. But gosh, damn, his son's name's Todd too. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I don't know. Weird. Anyway, continue.
Nice.
Sorry for derailing. What's
Welcome.
going on?
No,
Thank
we
you.
were just getting ready to spill a little tea, head into horror news. But Todd, you got any updates on your? I know you said. I think you said. Are you filming soon?
Yes, sir. So special delivery, we are starting to shoot. We shot a couple scenes already, but we are doing the bulk of it this weekend, which I'm super pumped for. We had a schedule, not a schedule, an actor change where I'm not acting it anymore, thankfully. And I got my buddy Josh Presley, who's going to play Glazer, who's the main bully who accidentally kills our mailman character, and the mailman comes back for revenge. So I've created. Here, I'll give you a little taste. We got 2 fake heads that will be exploded. We got a slit throat that will pump blood. We got a fake screwdriver getting dived into someone's forehead, and we got some other goodies surprises that coming in. I got a huge headshot that's going to explode out the back of someone's head. It's going to be fucking sick. Can't wait to do it, man. Yeah, I'm fucking. I want to do it right now, but of course we have real jobs to do, so we kind of have to wait. So yeah, let's get it going.
Awesome. Nice. Yeah, we were talking about it too. Just I'm getting ready, about when we're all going to be filming and stuff. So yeah, very excited. Once again, if you would like to still donate, we are leaving it. I mean, the official campaign has been closed, but the the Indiegogo is going to be still open. If you would like to donate, every dollar helps. We'll go to somewhere, whether it be practical effects or costuming or whatever. So if you would still like to donate, you can head over to our Indiegogo and donate. It's in the stretch goal portion now. So yeah, it's not too late. If you'd like to support the movie some way, somehow, we would appreciate it. And now, Steve, it is time to spill a little tea.
Let's do it.
Oh, you want the tea. I'm sorry. We don't serve tea. Nope. Instead, you get a cup of Joe. And now here's Joe with the news.
Alrighty. Thank you so much, Chuck. And here we go, ladies and gentlemen. It is your cup of Joe for the week. Let's start off with little bit of Christmas news. Of course, we are heading in to the holiday season. It is the time for Christmas horror, Thanksgiving horror, all of it. And it has just been announced we are going to be getting a Silent Night, Deadly Night remake, ladies and gentlemen. This is actually going to be coming from the team that brought us Terrifier. Well, the same studio, Cineverse, who of course is best known for releasing the Terrifier movies. Bloody Disgusting is also going to, which also is attached to Bloody Disgusting. So, as far as any sort of details about this, it is currently slated for a late 2025 theatrical release. And here is a little statement from the studio. I've always been a huge fan of Silent Night, Deadly Night, and can't wait to bring Mike's vision, who is the writer on this, to the fans of iconic slashers, said Cineverse executive director Brandon Hill. As we have seen this year, there continues to be incredible demand for independent horror films, and we believe this can deliver strong audiences from theatrical to home entertainment and streaming. So I ask you guys, do we need a Silent Night, Deadly Night remake? And or are you excited for a Silent Night, Deadly Night remake?
Do we need one? No. Am I excited? Yes.
Okay.
I'm chalking this up to Black Christmas. Black Christmas is awesome. Black Xmas is pretty freaking cool. So yeah, bring it on.
What about Black Christmas 2020?
I did not watch it because you guys said it sucked ass, so I avoided it.
That's very bad.
I feel the same way as Todd. Like, do we need it? No, but I'm excited for this one. I think it's one that I could see being remade and being fun and different and stuff like that. So I think it'll be a fun thing, and the team behind it obviously I think is really going to bring the gore and everything. So yep, I'm in.
Yeah, same. I'm excited. I mean, I'm always down for more Christmas horror. I mean, we've been getting a little more lately, obviously, so it's exciting. And yeah, man, I fucking obviously love Silent Night, Deadly Night. I think they could do some really cool stuff with that. That movie's so fun, and I like the team. I like the team behind it. I like that's going to be indie horror and whatnot. So yeah, I assume it's going to be like limited theatrical release, sort of like. Although Terrifier got a pretty fucking big release this year, it was in there, which ended up. I mean, we're still kicking at around 85, I think, million right now worldwide for that movie, which is on a 2 million budget. So hell yeah, congratulations to them. By the way, Todd, speaking of small independent horror movies, you've been checking out that Silver Sight Blair Witch DVD box set you got?
Second
yet?
Sight, you mean?
Second Sight, yeah.
No, but as you can see, it's still sealed here.
Still sealed in the box.
I cannot stress how good this company is, Second Sight. Now, if you order directly from their site, it'll cost you to go to North America about $20. However, go to Diabolic DVD. It's a US-based site. They buy all their stock from there, and then you can just get it for normal US pricing. So, man, this set is fucking sick, dude. So I can't wait to crack it open.
I'm definitely picking it up. I'm in the Blair Witch Project like fan group on Facebook, and everyone's been posting about it. And they have the I've seen people keep posting pictures of the before and after of the remaster, and
Look pretty clean.
It looks really, really clean. It looks really, really nice. Although there's been some complaints because people are like, well, like Blair Witch is supposed to be gritty,
too clean? Yeah.
and dark and clean. But I mean, they came out. I think the guy who runs, is it Silver Sight or Second Sight? Second Sight.
Yeah.
The guy who runs Second Sight, like, is on there or whatever, and is like, well, this is how it's actually was supposed to look when it was released, but like they fucked up, like Lionsgate fucked up, like on the conversion or something like that. Yeah. So this is how it was supposed to actually be seen when it was released in theaters. Also, there's, I think, 2 different cuts. There's a festival cut.
I was gonna read to you right now. Yeah. There's a theatrical and festival cuts from the High 8 videotapes. Did you ever shoot on High 8, Steve?
Yeah, that's what we shot mostly in college was High 8 because film was too expensive.
High 8, so they have the High 8 original and the 16 millimeter original plus the 35 millimeter original transfer. Cool. So that's fucking, yeah, dude, 184 booklet, 184 page booklet, art cards, all that shit. So Joe, you got to get this before it goes out of print because these motherfuckers go out of print quick.
I'm definitely grabbing it. Probably after this episode. Honestly, I'll probably jump right on Diabolic's website and pick it up. You do need a region-free player though, right? I believe.
No. So if it's all 4K is region free, no matter where you get it from.
Okay.
And I think this was 4K, but no. So the Blu-rays are region B. 4K would be region free, but it looks like it's region B for the Blu-ray. So yeah, it might be out of luck unless you have a region free player.
All right, might need to pick up a region free player then. They're not that expensive anyway, right? A couple $100
Couple
maybe.
hundred, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Off that tangent. Now let's get back to hard news. All right. Let's continue on the remakes train as our buddy Finn Wolfhard. You might know him. Is he our buddy? I don't know. I'm just saying that. I'm proclaiming it. You might know him, of course, from It fame, also Ghostbusters fame. He and Jason Reitman are coming together and making an Idle Hands remake. Of course, the 1990 horror comedy classic Idle Hands, starring Devon Sawa. Finn is attached to actually write and co-direct this, which is very interesting. As far as Reitman's involvement in this, he is going to be producing this with Sony Pictures. I don't. How do we? I don't know how I feel about this one. I think that's one where it was like great for its time, but I don't know if it's going to translate well, especially with Film Wolfhard. I don't know. What do you guys think about this one?
I mean, I don't really like the original all that much, so
Really?
this one, just whatever to me.
Yeah, we reviewed it on the podcast like a long time ago, 4 or 5 years ago.
I don't remember. I was the only one that liked it, huh?
Yeah, I'm like, I don't know. I think it was a product of its time, like you said. I don't know if we necessarily need a remake of this. Now, Finn Wolfhard, I mean, he's fine as an actor, not like one of my favorites or anything. I don't know what he's like as a filmmaker, but he is a horror fan, so I'm going
That's
to give
true.
him the benefit of the doubt. He's sticking to horror and he's giving us stuff, so yeah, I'm curious to see what he does with it.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. Could be good. Could be terrible. Who I'm assuming he'll play sort of Devon Sawa's characters. Then it becomes
Probably.
like who plays the friend characters, the Seth Green and Eldon Henson sort of zombie characters there. There's a lot, and of course the hot Jessica Alba as well.
Yeah, good luck with
Who
that.
can replace her? I don't know. We'll find out. All right, moving on. Speaking of a Ghostbusters connection with Finn Wolfhard, Dan Aykroyd has said it is time, ladies and gentlemen, to pass the torch. As he, in a recent interview, said he does not expect him or any of his other Ghostbusters co-stars, Bill Murray, Ernie Hudson, to return to the Ghostbusters franchise. In a very recent interview with the New York Post, he was promoting, of course, Unbelievable with Dan Aykroyd, for those of you who might be fans of that show. Steve, Todd, ever seen it?
Nope.
No? It's good. It's good. It's actually a pretty good show. Dan Aykroyd pretty much shut down him coming back, or really any of the legacy characters. He said, I think they're probably going to move on from us. They want to advance the storyline beyond the originals, and I think that they should. So, and I kind of agree at this point. I don't think there's a need to continue on. I think we learned that in the last movie, where they had way too many characters and way too many storylines. I will say Dan Aykroyd actually was probably one of my favorite parts of Frozen Empire. But I think at this point, it's they're sort of just meandering around, like, with these legacy characters. And if you're going to continue on and let this sort of franchise succeed, I think it's time to move on from that. And you don't want to ruin these legacy characters either, which I think they did, like with Star Wars, like, obviously like Luke Skywalker and all that. So I don't know, Steve, you're probably the biggest Ghostbusters fan of the three of us. Are you sad about this, or do you think it's the right call?
I'm sad about it because it's like the end of an era, for me. But I also completely agree with it at the same time because, like you said, the last Ghostbusters was a bit of a mess because there was too much going on, and they really didn't need the legacy characters in. That maybe they do like a cameo in the last one to really pass the torch and really kind of say, okay, we're like make it take place right after the last one, and basically they're hanging their stuff up and like, okay, we're done now, But I don't want to see them at the same level as they had in the last movie, so. I think it's a good idea to move on from them at this point.
All right. Yeah. Well, we'll see. I'm sure there'll be many more Ghostbuster movies to come, and we'll see what happens with that. Quick little show note to talk about. Lady Gaga has joined the cast for Wednesday season 2, which I think is an interesting choice. I mean, she's actually a really good actress. I'm actually on the Gaga train. I think everything she's been in has been pretty solid. I have not seen Joker 2 yet. completely bombed, obviously, but I mean, her performance may have been good. I don't know. We'll find out when I eventually watch it, but that I think is a, an interesting casting choice and hopefully a good one. Also, production note: Black Phone 2 has officially begun production. Scott Derrickson will be back to direct that one. I don't know. I mean, I think we discussed this before. I just don't know. We'll see how that one goes, but I don't love that one. Also, Stranger Things has officially been confirmed for a 2025 release. And interestingly enough, maybe we can have a little discussion about this. They have released the episode titles for the entire season, final season. So there's going to be 8 episodes in this final season. And here are the titles. And skip ahead 30 seconds if you don't want to know. I don't think there's any spoilers
Episode
here.
1,
But
11 dies. Episode
So,
2,
I'm
Cooper
gonna go.
dies.
I'm gonna go down. I'm gonna go down the line. We have The Crawl, The Vanishing of, The Turnbow Trap, Sorcerer, Shock Jock, Escape from Hamazots. The penultimate episode is called The Bridge, and the finale, The Right Side Up. So there you go. I don't think that really gives anything away, but
No, they cut out the vanishing of. They blanked out the last.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's right. There are 4 letters
Yeah.
there. So
So
Four
Will
letters.
vanishes again for the fucking 5th time. Yeah. That son of a bitch.
Do you think it's like too much time has passed, or like it's just like we'll be able to jump right back into this?
They're
like
like
a ne-
freaking
It's
shaving
been
and shit.
how long has it been since the last season came out? 4 years?
No, 2 years probably.
Really? That's it?
It hasn't been that long. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, they're
I
all
feel like
fucking
it's-
old.
I feel like it's been forever.
But like at the same time, we wait that long for movies. It's just, it's
true.
unusual for TV, but I mean, like, it's not like we're gonna watch a movie 5 years later and be like, I don't fucking know what's going on anymore. I don't know who these characters are. So
Right.
yeah,
Right.
we'll be fine. It'll do massive fucking numbers on Netflix. I'm not worried about Stranger Things legacy.
Very true. Very true. All right, just a couple more little stories to go through here. Nosferatu. It is upon us, ladies and gentlemen. December 25th, Christmas Day. It will be coming out. And it has been revealed that they will not reveal the look of the title character in any of the trailer or marketing until the movie is released. Bravo, Robert Eggers, bravo marketing team, because this is how it should be done. They spoil way too much these days. What the fuck did we go see? Me and Sam went and saw Heretic. They played a trailer for some damn movie, and I was like, we just watched the entire movie. Like, we don't even need to go see the movie. And that's the thing. Like, like imagine like had we not seen like Bill Skarsgård's Pennywise like until the movie got released. Like this is the way you build like things and make people want to go see this movie. So yeah, I mean, this is more studios should take note from this and hopefully continue on with this because it's definitely the right way to go.
But counterpoint.
Okay.
That fucking 2 weeks before the movie comes out on
get leaked
on a mug in Brazil, someone's gonna take a picture of it and it's gonna fucking leak all over the place. And by the time we see it, we'll know anyways. So I'm more for hiding, like try to hide. Like we know he's gonna be in it, so I would be okay to see him, like even if it's just a quick shot. It's more story details that they should keep because you can't leak story details on a mug. So yeah,
a fair argument. Yeah, I mean, even if it doesn't leak, it will like day of people were recording on their phones, and the picture will end up online or something on Christmas Day or whatever. And
it'll be the popcorn bucket of his face.
Right. Well, did you see the popcorn bucket they're releasing for
is
that?
there really one?
It's a sarcophagus.
Oh fuck.
Thing, and like there's like rats on the bottom of the popcorn bucket.
Yeah.
That leaked online. I think it's going to be AMC theaters is doing it, and I'm sure some other theaters around as well. So that's pretty.
I don't like the timing of the release date though.
I agree.
Not a fan.
It seems like the perfect October movie. I don't know why they waited for Christmas for it.
I'm not gonna be able to see it before the year ends. So I'm like, it's a bummer.
I don't see a lot. I also don't see like a lot of like people like not like if you release in October, you'd have non-horror fans who just want to go see a spooky movie. Like, but people like are not going to be in like the Nosferatu mood. They want to go see like Wicked and like those shit movies like that on Christmas. They're not gonna, us as horror fans are gonna want to go see it, but the casual fan, I don't. I think it has potential to bomb, honestly, in theaters, which would be a huge disappointment. But hopefully it does well. I mean, I think Robert Eggers has proven that he's a great director, and hopefully the Northman pulled in casual fans for him to make it interesting. And I think Nosferatu is also a classic story, so maybe that will pull in some people. But yeah, I'm very curious to see how that does. What else is anything else big releasing Christmas Day? There's got to be something.
There's something
else.
the week before that's
Okay.
non-horror. I don't remember
Mhm.
what it is, but
Yes.
yeah, it's the week before Christmas is usually really busy because they bank on people going to the movies during their time off.
Right.
But it's usually like a kids movie, like a Moana or something,
Yeah.
So yeah,
Moana's coming out, I think, this weekend or next
at
week.
some
Moana's
point,
coming
yeah.
out very soon. Moana 2. And we got, of course, the
Isn't Sonic 3 coming out?
Gladiator 2 and Wicked.
Could be that.
Did you hear people?
Mufasa's coming out.
But
Oh, Mufasa's coming out. People are doing, I think it's Wickadiator, like Barbenheimer. They're doing a Wicked and Gladiator 2, which
Can't
Steve went and
catch me in
saw.
fucking. I will never see Wicked. Calling it right now.
I
It's
am
awful.
definitely going to see it because Sam
Oh,
is really
boy.
excited for it. So
Yeah, so yesterday I went to I think I might have talked about it in the podcast last week. I don't remember. I went to a mystery movie night, which is something my theater is starting to do, where you don't know what movie you're watching. You just like buy a ticket at a reduced
it's
price
fun.
and they show whatever you want. And I was so fucking terrified it was going to be Wicked, but thankfully it was Gladiator 2.
It's just
So
hardcore porn.
yeah, yeah, and
It's
it ended up
Craven's
being
porn.
it was fun. It was a good one.
Nice.
So
Yeah, I'm excited to see it. Denzel's never bad. Like any movie Denzel, then I'm
but
always down for.
Joseph
So.
Quinn is a madman in it, man.
Is
It's
he?
like, yeah.
Nice. Awesome. Yeah, very excited. I think we'll probably end up seeing. We might do a double feature at some.
There you
maybe,
go.
maybe
you are
Black,
that audience.
Yeah, maybe Black Friday or something like that.
One for her, one for you. There you go.
Exactly.
Yep.
All right. Just two more quick little things to get through. Terrifier 3, for those of you who did not get to see it in theaters, it is coming home for the holidays. It will be hitting digital on November 26th, and then it will be hitting physical media release on December 17th. So
My Blu-ray shipped from Australia.
Nice. You got that big, that like $100+ set.
$135 set.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's a pretty awesome set, though.
Yeah, I was able to sell my first release of Terrifier 1 for like $75. So I'm like, all right, this took a big chunk out of this new set. But yeah, it's coming in. I'm pumped.
That's awesome. Yeah, the Terrifier fans, man, are crazy, and like anything like rare these days, like especially from like the old stuff, you can go. I also saw Mike Gianelli, the original art, is starting to do cons. So that's kind of interesting.
Yeah, maybe an interesting interview to see how because he turned it down, didn't he, to come back?
Yeah, he didn't want to come back. He wasn't like an actor. Oof. He just sort of was like friends with Damien, and he was just like, I don't really want to do like Terrifier. I don't think he had like the confidence to like do a.
He's like, fuck.
Yeah, to do like a feature length movie.
Yeah, it might not have been as good with him in the sequel, yeah, so we don't know.
I mean, I think he gave a good performance though in the short,
it was fine.
In All Hallows Eve. But yeah, I mean, I think David obviously brings a whole another level to the art character, so it was probably the right move. All right, one last thing. We are getting Universal Monsters Land in Florida, but also Universal Horror Unleashed is coming to Las Vegas. It has officially been announced that it is going to be opening next year, and they gave us the houses that are going to be inside of this Las Vegas Universal World. We will be getting Universal Monsters, just a classic take on them. I don't know if it will be all of them or not. They're just saying it will be Universal Monsters. We're also getting the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, which is very awesome. We're also getting Scarecrow the Reaping. And finally, NY, Blumhouse's Exorcist Believer. So there you have it.
Who the fuck asked for that movie?
I don't know. I really don't know.
To be fair, it was a cool house. I actually saw the house before I saw the movie, and the house is cool. The movie, well. listen to that episode.
Steve, will you be making, you are the biggest, obviously, Universal fan. You go every single year to Halloween Horror Nights. Will you be making the trek at some point to Las Vegas to check out this Universal Horror Unleashed
I
world?
I will, but I'll be honest, I'm a little disappointed in their house choices because
Okay.
it's all stuff that they've done in the parks. It's almost like they're just reusing assets and putting them into Las Vegas, you know. So I'm like, do I really want to see the same houses again? I'll
Hmm.
probably, I probably will go see it, but I don't know. I thought they should have done something like really new and unique for their permanent attraction. It's such a random assortment too. I don't know. It
Yeah.
just
Do we think this will succeed, a year-round horror attraction?
in Vegas, if anywhere,
You think
it will
so?
succeed. It probably, yeah,
I
in
mean,
Vegas.
Eli Roth had one, and it ended up closing. I think it made it only a few years, but we'll see. I know but it does seem to be a great place for spooky stuff. Now you got Zach Baggins, haunted museum there. Now you got the Blair Witch escape room. You got the
It.
Saw escape room, the It escape room. So
Mhm.
they're definitely adding more and more horror stuff to it. And I think if anyone can succeed, it's Universal Studios. And people are always kind of looking for fun stuff to do there. So yeah, I think this is cool. Will it do well in December, January? That is to be determined. But I think in the summer and leading up to October, it definitely has potential. And I definitely want to go and check it out at some point. So yeah, we'll give you an update, whoever ends up getting there first. Todd, did you get tickets to Insidious, by the way? Are you going to that?
I did not. No,
All right.
going to a hockey game instead.
All right. We haven't bought tickets yet either. Sam's like, well, if like I'm have a market that weekend, I don't want to go. So there'll be like a last minute decision, but I can't wait to hear reviews on that one. But anyway, that's it for horror news this week. Thank you. Alrighty, gentlemen, it is time to get into what watch. So tell me what you've been watching this week.
All right, I got one called Daddy's Head. And
Ooh.
it's not a porn. It is a film from UK, 2024 release. And is this one? Yeah, this one's on Shudder. And essentially, a young boy, I think he's like maybe 12-ish, somewhere around there. His father unfortunately passes away, and he is left with his stepmom, who's like young and hot. And the dad wasn't old, but he's like, she's, let's call her 22, and he's, 40. You know what I mean? So like, kind of an age gap there. And she doesn't want the responsibility of raising this kid, right? So she's kind of struggling with like, do I give him to the fucking state or the country, whatever it is, to go into foster care? Do I ask her dead husband's best friend to take him, and so on and so on? Meanwhile, and they live in like a secluded fucking house in the forest, just like in Oddity. So I guess that's the theme this year. And meanwhile, like there's some whisperings going on, and there's some like quick little visions. There's like what is that? A fucking monster? Was that a creature? What is outside the house? I think it's my dad and shit like that. So like, is his dad haunting him? Is there a benevolent creature? Is there a fucking is he having mental health issues? We don't know. We'll find out though. Meanwhile, his dad's friend kind of comes over and is like, "Hey, man, like I'm gonna help, be the man in your life and try to help you out with things and what you're going through, things like that." And they discover all sorts of weird shit. It's definitely a slow burn. Now, I wasn't bored with it, but I can see people being pretty bored with it. I thought the visuals were cool. I think some of the scares were really well done. I just wanted more from that last act there. All the buildup kind of was lackluster, so that kind of lowered the score for me a bit. But it's still a solid 3.5 out of 5. Won't make my top 10, but that's Daddy's Head over on Shudder, and that's a 3.5 for me.
All right, yeah. So my first one tonight is a movie I think Todd talked about last week, and it is called Mads. This one is a French film, I believe. And yeah, so it's shot one continuous take, which I always find really interesting. It's really impressive filmmaking, I think, whenever, like, it takes a lot of work. From what I heard, this one was done in only just a few takes, which I think is really, really cool. They were able to pull this off. But yeah, so basically it's about a younger kid who's pretty much like a partier, doing a bunch of cocaine, going out partying and stuff. He's driving along the road, comes across a woman in a hospital gown, kind of all fucked up. She gets in the car, he starts driving her, and she attacks him at one point. He gets bitten, and from there he starts sort of turning, and then from there it sort of becomes a virus zombie movie where we are following him around as he is slowly turning. And yeah, madness and chaos pretty much ensues from there. The movie definitely takes some turns because you think you're going to stick with him the whole movie, and you end up jumping from different character to different character, which I thought was pretty cool, especially when it's a one continuous shot take. Yeah, overall, I really enjoyed this a lot. I thought it was really great. The movie is like really, really chaotic, and the way they do the camera work, it's very like shaky at times, very chaotic as well, which I think worked really, really well. There's, I think, some genuinely creepy moments, but it's more about like just stuff that like they start saying, because like when they start turning it, they start saying some like really crazy shit, I think, which makes it like really creepy. My only complaint, I guess, is I wish there was a little more exploration, into sort of how this sort of came to be and whatnot. And like, I think we could have explored the universe a little more, but overall I really enjoyed it. I think it was great. I don't think it'll make my top 10 or anything like that, but I still loved it. I think it takes the virus sort of zombie some subgenre, which I'm not gonna lie isn't my favorite. I know Todd and Steve love it a lot more than I do, but I thought this one was great. I definitely recommend it. I gave it a 4 out of 5.
So you guys will have to hear it 3 weeks in a row because I'll watch it this week. So I'll give my thoughts next week on that. My first movie is a 2024 film that I watched over on Paramount Plus, and it is called Asriel. One of you talked about this in the past. I don't remember. Joe, was it you?
Yes, I don't even know if I did talk about it, but I
No?
definitely reviewed it on Letterboxd.
Oh, there you go. All right. So Asriel stars Samara Weaving, and it's a story about it's like the rapture happened, and this is a few years after the rapture, or many years after the rapture, and a bunch of people are just kind of living in the woods, and they remove their like vocal cords so no one can speak, and it's one of those movies where there's almost no dialogue. It's basically mostly done in actions and reactions, and she comes upon like this camp of religious people who want to take her, and then there's also these demons kind of like going around and attacking people, and the religious people want to kind of sacrifice her to the demons, and it's this whole like complicated thing leading into all for a baby that's gonna maybe like give birth to the Antichrist, like or a woman is gonna give birth to the Antichrist, as we've seen so many times this year. So I'll watch anything with Samara Weaving. I think she's fucking fantastic, and I think this is a fun movie. It's got great kills, awesome special effects. Practical effects are really good. The woods, like it's all happens mostly in the woods, has a really cool like aesthetic. The way they filmed it and shot and everything like that. The little dialogue didn't bother me so much. Like they do a pretty good job, considering there's so little of it. But movies like I think it was No One Will Save You from last year, I think did a better job of this, personally. So it lacked a little bit because I think this movie needed more context than we got. Whereas the other one didn't. It was kind of self-explanatory. This one, because they're dealing with rituals and the Antichrist and the Rapture and all that stuff, you're kind of just getting pieces from images on the screen, and it kind of lacked in the lore area, which dampened the experience. But I think this is one people should check out. It's not going to be in my top 10 or anything, but I thought it was enjoyable. So I gave it 3.5 stars out of 5.
I have a question. If the rapture happened, why does it matter if there's Antichrist at this point?
I think they're trying to I don't know, they're trying to move over. That's a problem. It's like because the movie doesn't have dialogue, you're kind of just gathering things from images. I think they're trying to like
They have
basically
like
get like a back way in to the rapture. You know what I mean? Like
A little workaround.
yeah, a little workaround, and yeah,
Alright.
it's a weird movie. It's just I just wish there's more dialogue.
That's the problem with that movie is there's not enough explanation.
Right.
Right. Because there's no dialogue, right? I mean, and at all. Like so.
Samara Weaving's hot though.
Indeed.
Yes.
And she gives a
She's
great
hot.
performance. She does give a great performance.
Yeah.
All right. So I had a movie night with the homies TJ and Brent a couple weeks ago, and we watched The Stepfather, which we covered, I don't know, a year ago. maybe. And that's 1987. Man, I love fucking Stepfather, dude. It's so good. Terry O'Quinn plays a really great. I'm a nice guy on the outside, but I'm a piece of shit psychopath on the inside. His the way he shifts from being like, oh hey, I'm the cool fucking dude over here to like a psychopath is just excellent. Love the family dynamic. His whole thing is fucking very twisted, man. He, targets people, single mothers with kids, and he pretends to be this great guy, the savior of the family, things like that. And ultimately, he murders them because, for whatever reason, the family that he has doesn't please him the way he wants, and he murders them, goes on and creates a new life just to do it all over again. Fucking love it, man. Stepfather is excellent. I believe it's streaming on Tubi and on Amazon Prime, and I still give it a 4 out of 5.
Excellent. All right, my last one tonight, 2024 release. Went to the theaters to see it just last week. Is a movie called Heretic, which is an A24 movie directed by Beck and Woods. You might know they directed Haunt. Good friend Damien Maffei starring. This movie stars Hugh Grant, also Sophie Thatcher, who you guys might know from Yellow Jackets fame, and also she was in The Boogeyman, and she was in Maxine as well. But yeah, so basically this movie is about two young girls. They are missionaries for the Church of Jesus Christ and Latter-day Saints. And they're your basic Mormons. They go house to house, sort of trying to recruit people to join their religion. They knock on our friend Mr. Hugh Grant's door, who, says, I want to learn more about the church. Come in. They're like, well, we can't come in unless, your wife's home or whatever. He's like, oh yeah, she's making blueberry pie or whatever. Come on in, blah, blah, blah. And essentially he ends up locking them in the house, and it becomes sort of a game of cat and mouse. I don't want to say too much because I think the less you know, probably is the better of this movie. This is an A24 movie, so just know what you're getting into. You're gonna know right away if you're interested or not in this based off that. This movie is definitely a slow burn. However, I was never bored for 1 second of this movie. It's very, I would say dialogue heavy, but the conversations had in this movie are so interesting. It deals with, religion and faith and belief. So it's very interesting, especially, if you are, a hardcore into religion or you're an atheist. I think there is something to take out of this one way or the other. The movie is dripping with tension throughout this. There's never, I don't think, a scene that there's not some sort of, a pulse raising moment. For sure here. There's always sort of a sense of dread of something bad is going to happen. And then the movie takes some crazy twists and turns that I was not expecting. And I thought the ending was brilliant. It's one of my favorites of the year. Currently, it's, top 3 easily. And I give it a 4.5 out of 5.
Well, can't wait to see it. My final movie is another 2024 film, which I watched over on Shudder, and that is The Demon Disorder. So this one stars John Noble and other guys I'd never seen before. And the story is basically John Noble plays the dad to 3 sons, and he got possessed by a demon. This is all shown in flashback, by the way. And the sons had to basically deal with his possession and deal with that demon, and they do. And then the story takes place later where one of the brothers is now estranged because he doesn't want to deal with the family anymore because he thinks the family were somehow responsible for this demon. And one of the other brothers comes over to his shop. He's a mechanic or something, and he says, "Look, we got a problem, and you need to come home." And it turns out that the third brother is now showing the same early signs that the dad did with the demon, and it becomes basically a story of the 2 brothers dealing with the third brother and his newfound possession of the demon that their dad had. This story is fine. I think they overcomplicate things a little bit. I actually think the story would have been better served if we watched the 3 brothers go like after the dad rather than basically doing it again with the brother. I think that was a more interesting story. especially that the dad was played by John Noble, and we only get like little bits of him because it's all like flashbacks. There are some really good special effects in this, practical effects, and a lot of cool like body horror as the guy's demon is coming out of his body and stuff like that. I just feel like the story left a little bit to be desired. I don't think this is like a terrible watch. I think it's definitely one that is like okay, but nothing I'd go like rush to watch either. So I gave it 2.5 stars out of 5. That is The Demon Disorder over on Shudder.
All righty. Thank you so much, gentlemen. And now it is time, Todd. Bust out the books. It is trivia time.
Grab it. Oh, okay, it's heavy now. All right, so me commanding fourth quarter lead here, 16 points. Joe, 11. Steve, 7. Who would like to lead today?
Todd, you're on the juice this quarter.
I've been shooting up steroids, dude.
Yeah. You've been like fucking Matrix downloading
Straight in-
horror knowledge.
What's he say? He's beginning to believe.
Yeah.
Fourth quarter comeback. Let's go.
Yeah. All right, I'll go first.
Okay.
Ooh, some spice.
So this one, all in honor of our boy Tony Todd, who of course passed away not too long ago. So that should help you tremendously because
Indeed.
he only made like
Spoilers.
250 movies. First one that we've reviewed, so this should be easy.
Never helps.
So just so you know, you have to answer both questions. So yeah, to get the point. Who is the first zombie to be disposed of in the Night of the Living Dead remake, and what was used to kill it?
It was Uncle something.
Uncle Remus.
And he's killed with a crowbar.
So what describe him, because
he was a heavy-set gentleman. He had overalls on.
I know you're wrong.
Wrong.
Fuck you, Steve. Dang, leading me on.
Suck it.
Yeah, that's Uncle Reach. But so you're actually wrong.
Am I completely wrong?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's not him. So
it's not him. Okay.
Yeah. It was
Joe.
Hold on. Let me search the annals.
Colonel Mustard in the hall.
Okay.
With a pipe.
Joe loses his first guess.
I have no idea.
Is it?
No, if you don't know the name, you can just describe the zombie too. It's
okay. Describe the zombie. I don't think it's the original zombie that kills Johnny, so I don't remember that guy dying. Probably
spoiler.
Is him.
He does die.
Well, that's a zombie, right? I don't know.
No, he does die as a zombie. Like they dispose of him in the movie.
Do they?
They do.
No, because he chases after her in the car. She crashes. She runs to the fucking barn. She goes in. Fucking Reach falls off the thing. Ben comes in.
All right. You give up?
No. Ben kills the fucking dude. It's a long.
This is going on way too long.
You be quiet, Joe. Black hair, Mr. fucking 17-minute monologue. He's got black hair, and he's killed with a fucking tire iron to the face.
All right, I'll accept it. Yeah. So it's actually the cousin. He's in the doorway, and he's killed like literally 1 second before Uncle Reach, because they're kind of fighting him at the same time.
Yes.
They do kill the guy from the beginning of the film because he eventually reaches the house, and Barbara sees him from far and notices the thing that she stuck in his chest, and shoots him in the head.
Nice. All right, let me take it. Okay, in the movie we just watched.
Oh fuck.
Which one?
What's it called? Hatchet.
Oh.
Yeah.
What is the name of the tour boat?
Scareboat.
Correct. Stevie
I almost said Scarebus, but it was Scareboat.
Scarebutt.
Scarebutt.
All right.
Joseph's up.
All right. 3 letterbox reviews. Can you guess the movie? There's a guy in this named Agent Shrek. Parrot just keeps saying things like, "Get me Agent Shrek," and Agent Shrek is on the line. If this movie had come out just 1 year later, they probably would have had to change that.
Okay, that's a big hint.
That's funny.
Mm-hmm. All right, number 2. Number 2. Oh, to be a 2000s horror movie character. Unapologetically dumb, driving to 9 Inch Nails songs, rocking low-rise jeans, bangs, lip gloss always applied somehow.
Oh,
Wow.
okay.
And number 3, I am now afraid to do anything ever again.
I love that
Uh,
last one.
Jesus.
Is it Stay Alive?
It is not.
Hmm. And Shrek.
Bangs, lip gloss,
9 Inch Nail songs.
9 Inch Nails.
The 9 Inch Nail song's a big
Ooh.
hint.
I'm gonna take another crack after
Yeah, go
Steven
ahead.
goes. You sure?
Yeah.
Is it the Hitcher remake?
It is not.
Ah, damn it.
I have no idea.
Okay. The movie is Final Destination.
Oh.
Darn.
Interesting.
All right.
All right. So this one, Joe, I didn't know if you knew this, but Mr. Tony Todd does not only make horror movies.
He doesn't?
So no. So in his honor, I will ask a very rare non-horror question in honor of Tony Todd,
Okay.
because we want to prove that we know that he doesn't just make horror movies.
Well, we better get this question right then.
In what movie does Tony Todd play Captain Darrow?
Platoon?
Wrong.
No, he's not Captain Platoon. Fuck.
Good guess though.
That was a
I
good
can see where
guess.
you're going with it.
That is a good guess.
Mm.
I don't. We've
Captain
seen.
Darrow.
Have I
Let
seen
me
this
take
movie?
another shot once you're done.
Probably.
Probably.
Yeah.
Hmm.
He's been in a lot. So
Lean on me.
Lean on.
nailed it. Captain Darrow
Really?
and Lean on Me now.
Wow.
I don't fucking
I was like, what? Is he in Hook?
Wrong.
Okay. What's the answer? Steve or Joe, you want to know?
Joe, you want one more guess? Think
Captain
about
Darrow.
non-horror things he's been in.
No, well, can't think of
You don't know?
too many.
No.
So the movie is The Rock,
Ah.
starring Sean Connery and
Sean
Nicolas
Connery.
Cage.
Yes.
Which,
Prom Queen.
FYI, I am reviewing on the Let's XP Geeking and Gaming podcast, also in honor of Mr. Tony Todd. So
Love it.
great
All right.
movie if you haven't seen it, by the way.
In a movie we recently just watched.
Oh.
Oh no,
What
Which
is
movie?
Miss? Well, you'll have to find out.
not
What
Strange
is
Darling.
I should, just to spite you. What horror movie is Nancy watching in her little room in A Nightmare on Elm Street?
Oh, that's a good question.
It's a good question, and I remember thinking that will be a trivia one day.
Yes, it will. It's also going to be in my massive book of trivia that will come out.
She's
Ah,
watching a
fuck.
horror movie.
She's
Huh.
watching a horror movie, yeah.
Yes, she is.
Hmm.
The Thing.
Incorrect. That's Halloween.
Oh fuck yeah, it is.
I didn't guess.
I know. I said
The Thing is from Halloween.
Oh, okay. All right.
incorrect.
I thought you were gonna say she watched Halloween.
I want one more guess after.
This is a tough one.
I don't know if
feel
we've reviewed it.
I feel like I should know this.
I mean, we've talked about this film numerous
Hmm.
times. It's a classic. I mean, that doesn't help much, but
Right. I'm assuming it's probably something black and white, but I don't know.
It was the 80s.
I'll help you out. It's not black and white.
Okay. I'll throw out Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Incorrect.
That's exactly what I was about to say. So
Let me help you
let's
guys
see.
out since Steve hasn't gone twice yet. Not black and white and kind of really close to when The Nightmare on Elm Street came out. So it's
Okay, so a newer
Yeah.
one. Yeah.
Yep.
So 84, so it would have been something in the early 80s, maybe late 70s. The Exorcist.
incorrect. Steve, one more guess.
Christ. I have no idea, honestly.
Correct answer is Sam Raimi's The Evil Dead.
Oh, that's right.
Very
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah. So remember,
Cool.
Nightmare on Elm Street was in Evil Dead too.
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
Very good.
Yeah,
Very
I
good.
remember now. I could even picture it. But-
Okay. Next question.
Mhm.
What is the name of the apartment projects in Candyman?
Caprini Green, Cassini Green, something like that.
Yeah, it's that.
Caprese
Yeah,
Green.
I'll give it close
Cabrini
enough.
Green,
I'll give it
right?
to you.
Cabrini
Cabrini
Green.
Green.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's close enough.
Appreciate that. Damn it, now I gotta help you guys out next time.
All right, final one. It's our favorite. Guess the movie by the IMDb Parental Guide.
Oh.
sex and nudity?
Both?
No.
It's a question mark.
Just
Ride that D and
Oh.
sit on my face with finger gesture front of the mouth.
Oh.
is that a quote?
Just
Like
that
someone says, okay, that's weird.
someone does.
That's
Yeah.
weird.
Violence and gore. A young man has a syringe stabbed graphically into his eye, killing him.
Oh.
Profanity.
Hmm.
Mild graphic language, 24 uses of the F word, 20 uses of shit, 5 uses of puss
Oh.
or piss.
Oh.
I'm not sure. It's
Oh.
the second letter is, and 3 uses of ass.
Hmm.
Alcohol, drugs, and smoking. A woman made up to look like a corpse is shown with a hypodermic needle in her arm. And this one's definitely the giveaway. Frightening and
Okay.
intense scenes. One particularly suspenseful scene where a character is locked in a guillotine prop and the killer is preparing to drop it while they struggle to escape.
House of Wax?
Hellfest. Hellfest.
It's Hellfest.
Dang it.
Yeah, it was a Tony Todd movie. So
Mhm.
Oh, good job. Joey on the board.
Yeah, baby.
He's back, baby.
Back.
All right, back to me.
Yes.
All right, final question. In a movie we recently watched in Beetlejuice Part 2, what is Beetlejuice doing when he meets his wife?
oh fuck.
His future wife that hunts him throughout the movie.
Yes.
What act is he doing?
Is he like building a fire?
No, he's not.
Hmm.
He's doing an illegal activity.
He is.
Yes. He's smoking the reefer.
That'd be funny. All right, I'll get one more guess.
Okay.
I don't recall.
Can I guess
Steven?
again? Is he stealing?
I'll allow it since you allowed it earlier. He is grave robbing.
Grave robbing.
It's
Interesting.
grave robbing. Yep.
Okay. All right. All right. Guess the movie based on the IMDb information. This movie was released in the year 1994 with an R rating clocking in at 1 hour and 42 minutes. Categorized as serial killer, supernatural horror, tragedy, action, crime, and fantasy.
Oh,
A lot of
yes.
Currently
stuff.
sitting at a 7.5 out of 10
It's a big
on
one.
IMDb
That's
with
a
a
big one.
Metascore of 72 out of 100. Directed by Alex Royas. Written by James O'Barr, David Shaw, and others. Starring Sophia Shinus, Anna Thompson, Michael Wincott, and Ernie Hudson.
The Crow.
It is the Crow.
Yeah,
Very nice.
Ernie. My man Ernie.
Stop eating my cake. Wait,
I just now remembered you were doing Tony Todd.
Tony
so I'm
Todd,
like,
yeah. All 3 questions are Tony Todd themed tonight.
All right, is that it?
Yep, that's it.
Steve with strong showing at 3, myself 2, Joe at 1, which brings us to myself in the lead with 18. Joe, second place, 12. Steve in the rear still, but a strong showing with 10 for quarter number 4. Trivia.
Alrighty. Alrighty. Thank you so much, gentlemen. And now it is time for our main event of the evening. Thank you to Eric S. once again for picking this movie. And thank you once again to donating to our Indiegogo and the final episode. And in that
Actually, just a note on that.
Oh.
That is actually one of the perks that's still available. I think there's 3
Interesting.
left. So if you're like, you know what, I'd like them to review something that I want to pick. Yeah, there's still 3 of them available. So
all right.
do it.
Yes, I believe we have. Some people have picked. I think Martyr. We have Martyrs coming up, which I'm
Yeah,
very
we have
excited
Martyrs,
to talk
we
about
have
that
a
one.
ton of good stuff
And
coming up.
next week is actually another perk pick. So
Oh, interesting. Which we'll find out at the end of the episode. Spoilers.
Correct.
So stick around. You'll find out. All right. So the main event of the evening is 2006's Hatchet. directed by Adam Green, starring Joel David Moore, Dion Richardson, Perry Shen, Joel Murray, Robert England, and starring Kane Hodder as Victor Crowley. Plot: when a group of tourists in a New Orleans haunted swamp tour find themselves stranded in the wilderness, their evening of fun and spooks turn into a horrific nightmare. Not bad. Not bad. But Todd,
Hmm?
I know someone who can do it better.
Who?
I think his name is Todd.
Oh, wow.
Calling
Well,
it.
oh,
So take it away.
okay. Hatchet. So we begin. Robert England, he's out in the bayou on the swamps, right?
Robert Englund and Josh from Blair Witch Project.
I did not know that.
It's crazy.
Fun
Yes.
facts. Okay. All right. And Josh from the Blair Witch Project, father and son in the movie, Robert England's calling him, like homophobic slurs and saying he's a wimp and blah, blah, blah. They're going around the swamp looking for a super gator that they're trying to catch, dude. And then they're killed brutally off screen, and we don't know by who or what or whom or whatever you want to say. Flash forward a bit, and we're following some, group of 20 somethings, whatever dudes that are at Mardi Gras in Louisiana. They're having a good time. They're drinking beers. They're looking at women flashing them. They're throwing beads. But not one of the guys. One of the guys, Ben, he's just like a fucking downer, dude. He broke up with his girlfriend of 8 years, which will be a trivia question. Remember that? Broke up with his girlfriend. She dumped his ass. Don't write that down, Joe. You fucking turd. I see you writing. And he's like, you know what? Like, how many boobs do we have to see? Like, I don't want to see this anymore. I want to go see something else. And all of his friends are like, fine, we're gonna go party. You go off. He goes off to find like a swamp tour. One of his friends reluctantly comes with him, and he wants to see some ghost shit, man. He runs into Tony Todd, who runs a kind of like a voodoo kind of thing. And he's like, hey, can you take us on tour? And Tony Todd's like, no, I don't do it anymore. But homie over there does. So they go to another spot. This gentleman's like, yeah, I do it. Let's go. And we meet a cast of characters. We got a dude that's filming like a Girls Gone Wild type thing. Two of his actresses, quote unquote. We got a older couple, the jump to conclusions guy from Office Space and his wife. They're on the tour. You got Ben, you got his buddy, and then a random girl that's like, don't fucking talk to me, dude. I'm like here to like hang out. I don't want you hitting on me, Ben. They go out in the swamp. The boat breaks down. Turns out the tour guide isn't a legit guy. Gets them stranded. We learn the legend of Victor Crowley, who was a young man that was, um, born deformed. His father, played by Kane Hodder, like shelters him, things like that, and then accidentally kills his son, trying to break him out of a burning house. Eventually, 10 years later, which is a weird ass number, 10 years later, Kane Hodder kills himself, and then the legend of Victor Crowley is born. Is he haunting the swamps? Is he calling for his dad? Is he killing people? I mean, I think you know already that he is. So, Hatchet, I remember like loving this one when it came out, like thinking it was fucking cool. And I like it still. Like I like it a lot, but there's a lot of issues that kind of pop out. And I think it'd be because it's, I think, Adam Green's first film, if I remember correctly, or one of his first bigger ones. I think comedy hits pretty much, but there are some stinkers, but that's with any timepiece. Like comedy doesn't work forever, right? The gore is fucking dope. Like this reminds me of like Terrifier shit right now that we're seeing. We get dudes ripped in half and axe kills and all that stuff. I love that. Characters are fine, and I just think that it takes a little bit to get to the good stuff, and the ending is a little bit like eh. So enjoy it still. Don't love it as much as when I first saw it. You guys?
Yeah, I never like loved this one. Like I remember the first time I saw it, I was like, yeah. But I will say it has grown on me over time. It's still not my favorite movie ever, but and I think a lot of it lends to, like Todd said, sort of the ending. I think is just so kind of random and abrupt. But man, I really love the build up to this movie. I love the setting of the New Orleans swamp, and the boat ride is like really fun. And I like sort of the cast of characters. I like sort of, but I don't know, like at times it kind of feels like you're on a set, like where it's like not like, I don't know, like it's just too dark. And like, you're like, wow, this definitely was not like taking place outside. Like it just seemed too artificial at times. And I mean, obviously that's budgetary reasons, so I can't knock it too much. But I mean, there's definitely a lot of fun to be had in this. I love the story of Victor Crowley. I think it's a really good sort of lore around that character. I think the gore absolute, obviously top notch throughout. And yeah, I mean, it's tough, man, to make like a horror comedy where the comedy hits, but the comedy still I think holds up pretty well for the most part. It's pretty funny. I especially like the Asian guy who does like sort of the almost sort of like racist New Orleans voice in the beginning. It's just sort of like ridiculous but also funny at the same time. The Girls Gone Wild guy is wild. Yeah, man, the cast of characters are all like fun, but there's not like a super likable character like one you're sort of rooting for. Like I guess you're supposed to be rooting for Joel David Moore, but I don't like I never really connected with him all that much. And like I guess you're also supposed to be connecting with this girl looking for her father and brother, but they're both kind of assholes like in the beginning, like they're hunting alligators. So like I just feel like we don't really have like a legit character to root for or care about, which I think is the other issue I have with this movie. But honestly, if you're just like wanting to turn it, like if you just want to turn your brain off and watch like a pretty decent slasher, I think this is a good one. I think it's a good movie to watch with a group of friends or a crowd and not take it too seriously. So yeah, I mean it's decent.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you guys on this one. I watched this late. Like it took me a while before seeing it. I only saw it maybe 4 or 5 years ago. It was part of a pack, kind of Blu-ray thing, and a big first world problem. But trying to find that in my collection because I didn't remember what movie it was attached to was a problem. But yeah, I kind of just
Wait, what was it attached to?
if I don't remember, it's something else. Yeah,
Girls Gone Wild.
no, not Girls Guide. It's attached actually to three other movies. It was a four pack.
Yeah.
So yeah, so I enjoy it for what it is. You know, it's a fun, easy movie to watch. It's got great gore, like I said. The gore actually made me laugh though, more than like disgusted me because it's so over the top. And I love how almost every kill. I can just picture Adam Green being like, okay, just throw fucking parts at a tree and it'll fly like that much. It was just kind of entertaining to see what he was doing with his kills. I agree with Todd. Like the comedy hit more than I expected it would. Usually, when they, especially first-time directors and in horror movies, the comedy is like, oh god, it just doesn't land. But there's some subtle jokes in this or callback jokes that I was like kind of impressed of how much thought went into it. And for example, right at the beginning, one of the guys is like, "Yeah, my ex-girlfriend, I dumped her because she had crabs and it was disgusting and all that stuff like that." And later in the movie, he like gets interest to another girl, and he just like looks over to her, and she scratches herself, and he gives the biggest sigh of disappointment because he's like, "Oh no, not this again." And just little fucking things like that, I think, are pretty brilliant. I agree with Joe though that none of the characters are super likable. I love Joel David Moore just because I find him hilarious in other stuff, namely in fucking Grandma's Boy. But I think I like that character just because it's him. The character itself, I think, is kind of just dumb and I don't know, like too whiny, the whole time and stuff like that. Although it was really funny to see him try to pick up the girl, which was so fucking bad. And I loved that the other guy, like his reaction to it, like, dude, what the fuck? It was just good. Like, and Victor Crowley's a cool villain. It's kind of surprising that despite what 4 movies, he never really took off, despite it being a really cool look and some great kills and stuff like that. I don't know. That's something that needs to be studied. Like, why did this one not take off and others did? So overall, a fine movie to watch, just not like a top tier movie to me.
Yeah, I think a lot of it because I mean, did any of these movies get a theater release? I don't think so,
I was
right?
looking at the IMDb and it said it made a couple 100,000.
Yeah, I don't think any of these movies made it to theaters, and I think that's part of the reason why Victor never took off.
Neither did Terrifier until it was
I
so
mean,
big that
true,
they put it in theaters.
Yeah, that is an interesting thing to be studied. I suppose you're right. Yeah, because it is done by like Kane Hodder, who's already like I think he's an icon amongst horror fans, but yeah, he never really made it into the mainstream. Like if you showed like a normie a picture of Victor Crowley, they would probably not know who he was. But
They probably think it
show
was
Art the
Elephant
Clown,
Man.
they would automatically right. They would automatically know it's or it'd be Rocky Dennis
Or Rocky
from
Dennis,
Mask.
yeah. Yeah, big time Rocky Dennis vibes.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, man, but it was cool to see Kane Hodder showing off a little bit of his acting chops, I suppose, like outside of the
He's not
makeup. It's
bad.
always no, he's not. He's
Not
actually
at
really
all.
like. Granted, he doesn't really speak. It's not really a speaking role.
Mhm.
You know, it's sort of like a flashback. But I
His eyes
really,
too is really
yeah,
good.
I really liked what he did with the father character role there, and it was
Mhm.
cool to see him sort of out of makeup doing a little bit of acting there. So I thought that was pretty cool, and it was fun to see Robert Englund, you know, in a non-Freddy role. I mean, granted, he's done a lot
His
of this
acting is
stuff,
not
but
good though,
His
man.
no,
no,
he's
Like
not.
his
no,
delivery is
it's
so
not.
bad.
Not good.
It's never great. And Tony Todd's great in his very limited role.
Like
I wish we got more of him.
it's
I wish
surprising, right, that we don't.
I kind of wish he was
Right, the
the
host.
boat
Yeah.
the boat host. Yeah, I think he would have been great in that role because like his that story. So and it's really funny. That's a great comedic scene too, where he's like talking about this whole story, and the whole story is just someone fell and he got sued, and you think it's gonna be this sort of like scary thing, but that was really fun, and his character looked cool. Yeah, I gotta admit, I've actually have never seen the sequels other than Victor Crowley. I skipped 2 and 3.
I have.
Are they good? Like
I think they go downhill
Victor
pretty
Crowley,
quick.
I remember being pretty mediocre.
Yeah, they're bad.
Yeah,
You know
so
what I don't
maybe
like?
that could be the other reason why he never took off as a
The
character.
quality just dips.
Yeah,
I don't like how Victor Crowley like growls either, and like so it's almost got like an animal thing. It just doesn't work for me. I wasn't really into that.
yeah,
But my favorite joke in this one though was when the fake producer, who we realized later isn't really a producer, he's just some guy
yeah,
pretending to be a Girls Gone Wild type to
yeah. That
get
was
girls to take
good.
the cops off. But he's telling like the older guy, he's like, "Have you ever heard of Bayou Beavers?" And he goes, "Sure." But his wife says no. He's like, "No."
Yeah,
I thought that was a really good touch. But
yeah,
I the the couple were probably my favorite characters because we've all been somewhere where they think they know more than the expert, even though this guy for the tour isn't an expert. You
hmm
learn to realize, but there's always someone like contradicting or like fact checking somebody when they're on a tour. So fucking annoying. But which she leads to my favorite kill in this movie, where she gets her head ripped in half.
Easily the best kill of the
Yeah,
movie.
that's
Yeah,
such a
Yeah,
cool
it's
fucking kill.
very memorable. Yeah,
super
yeah.
cool.
One problem that Joe specified, and I think is a big problem for this movie for me, is the fact that the girl is going to look for her dad and brother, but they make him unlikable characters. So
Right.
why are you supposed to give a shit? It makes no fucking sense that that's
Mhm.
kind of the story that they're going with for this whole movie, basically. I really didn't get that decision at all.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, I think it's just not great writing. Honestly, I think
Yeah.
it's. I mean, unfortunately, I like Adam Green a lot too. Like, I think he's a local guy. He's from Massachusetts, and actually, Joel David Moore's character is wearing a very like niche shirt. It's a local comic shop called Newbury Comics
That's
that
pretty
is
cool.
like only in this area. So he's wearing the logo of that shirt, which only people around here would even get or understand. And he also did a show called Holliston, which I don't know if you guys have ever watched any episodes of that, but that's a pretty fun show too. It's got David Brocky of Guar in it and Dee Snider, and it's the fucking really random ass sort of horror show, but it's pretty fun. And it takes place in Holliston, Massachusetts. But yeah, man, I just attribute it to like not great writing. I think he focused more on the comedy. And also I think, it's his first movie, like you said, Todd. Like I think he did a couple of small shorts, but this was his first feature. So I think he's still trying to figure things out. And yeah, I think he focused more on the comedy rather than trying to make likable characters. And unfortunately, this is what we're left with.
You know what I really didn't like either is the girl looking for her brother too, and the dad. Is
Yeah.
that character normally would be like a tough character, a tough chick,
Yeah.
and that's what like I probably wanted, especially the way she acted towards the beginning, where she's like, "Don't fucking talk to me, I'm busy or whatever." But then she just like screams and cries the entire fucking movie, and it was like,
Yeah.
what is she here for if not to fight back? But it doesn't
Yeah.
happen because she's the only one that knows the fucking true Victor Crowley story, and then she's just pretty much
It's like that was her
there.
only purpose, was to tell the Victor Crowley story.
Right.
But they could have easily just given that to the fucking boat. And
Should have been the Tony Todd should have done it.
Yeah,
Dude.
Tony
That
Todd.
was sick.
Yeah.
They probably couldn't afford his $18,000 appearance fee.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Is it 18?
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
Yeah. Now that he's passed, I guess we could say that was our idea of who we were going to get
That's right. Back
at
in
one point
Yeah.
As an actor to show up like our annual like signing thing.
18,000.
Yeah,
Fuck.
and we're like, yeah, and that was just one thing. There's a list.
Yeah.
But,
That was a whole list of stuff.
yeah. So
You
I
gotta
can
rub my
my,
back.
so my assumption is they couldn't afford Tony Todd for longer.
Yeah,
than
it's a good
cameo.
point. Yeah. Yeah.
It looked like he had fun with the role though.
Oh, yeah,
he
for
appeared in
sure.
all of them. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. Do you think we'll see any will this like what is nothing's really come about since Victor Crowley,
No,
right?
Victor
Like I
Crowley
wonder
was
if
the end.
do you think
I
that's
think it's dead. Yeah.
did he die at the end of Victor? I don't even fucking remember. I
Well,
just remember
even if he did, like,
I just
was
remember
it-
there being a plane crash, and of course we have Felissa Rose
Felissa.
showing up, and it's like that's like the death of your franchise whenever Felissa Rose shows up.
Yeah.
other than Terrifier.
Although
which somehow-
Terrifier, yeah, right.
Felissa
But
Rose, you heard it here. She will be in the
she's
final episode.
yeah.
Just kidding. That'd be awesome. Actually.
We probably get her.
Yeah. Didn't we kid around with Kenny Michael St. Michael's because his fee is like
Yeah, we
$5,000?
did. Yeah.
And we're like, we can just blow our budget on this.
Yeah.
yeah.
That'd be amazing. Did you guys? Do you think whatever the actor, I forget his name, that played Ben was really throwing up in that scene? Because that looked pretty fucking real.
It did look real. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I don't. I mean, I'm sure it was just good puke put into his mouth.
Good puker.
Or fake puke put into his mouth. But yeah, man, can we get into the ending though? Why the fuck is it so abrupt and fucking out of nowhere?
So abrupt.
The movie just stops.
The movie just stops.
Like
I don't
I
get
actually
it.
rewound it because I thought like somehow my fucking Blu-ray skipped or something.
Yeah. I like forgot how it's like. I think that's why I really didn't like it the first time I saw it. I'm like, what the fuck? Like it
Yeah.
just, yeah.
Did
like,
you
I
watch
don't
his
know.
streaming, Joe?
Did I? Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So the Tubi cut, I don't know if you watched it on Tubi. The Tubi cut immediately goes to a commercial for another movie. I'm like, what the fuck? Like,
yeah.
it's
Yeah,
really
it's very,
weird.
it's so jarring. I really don't know what he was going for. I mean, it's cool that I guess like
Shocking.
the villain wins like in the end or whatever. But that's also like you guys I do want to go back to also like you guys mentioning I think that's what makes slashers successful is when you have a final girl, a heroine, a final guy. But once again, like there's no character here. Like you go back, I mean you have Nightmare on Elm Street, you get, Heather, and you have, I mean Friday the 13th always has a different final girl, you get Alice and whatnot. And I mean, yeah, I think that's also like with the Hatch series, there's no, and Terrifier, you get Sienna now. But with the Hatch series, there's always like, I can't think of one memorable character. Like, I mean, I haven't seen the sequels, but even in Victor Crowley, I don't remember anyone, memorable. And 2 and 3 had Danielle Harris, right? Was she like a final girl in those?
I don't
or-
remember. That's how bad they are.
Yeah,
But I think
right.
Ben comes back in part 2,
Okay.
which in
Oh,
part
so he
1 he looks like
survives?
he's fucking dead.
So right.
I could have sworn that it's like a quick scene where they go past a canoe or something and he like gets up. But
Mhm.
maybe I'm just remembering that wrong.
Yeah. Like it's weird because like I have no interest in
Oh, yeah, you're
watching
not
2 or
missing
3.
anything.
Like I just don't like.
I think 3 has like the SWAT team going into the woods trying to kill him, and it has like what's that big motherfucker? Ben Mears, he's in it.
Okay.
Nice.
But what do you get? Oh, dude, the stupidest scene in this fucking
Derek
movie.
Mears.
Derek Mears, there you go.
Yeah.
Who's Ben Mears? Is that the guy
I
from
don't
Is that like
That name does sound
Isn't it
familiar.
from
it?
no,
No.
it's the one like The Office, but not The Office with like Leslie Knope.
Yeah, Parks and Recreation.
Oh,
It might be, I don't know, whatever.
there's a Ben in that movie, and Adam Scott played Ben, but I don't. Is it
Yeah, I
Ben?
don't know
Mears?
if it's
It
Ben
could
Mears
be.
or not. Look it up. Look it up.
Anyway.
But anyway, the stupidest scene in this movie is when Ben gets the pole in his leg, and then she's like, "Use your knee to move the
Oh,
pole."
that's, yeah,
And they
right.
bend the pole towards Victor Crowley, who runs for like 30 feet
Yeah.
straight into the pole. I'm like, bro, just fucking move. And he impales himself. I'm like, it's so dumb.
Mhm.
Ben Mears is the main character in Salem's Lot.
Ah,
Oh,
there he is.
there you
The
go.
movie we just watched.
Yeah,
Yeah,
dude.
exactly.
Very cool. Yeah, well, also, I mean, Victor isn't a very smart guy, so like he's known as sort of having like special needs. So I guess he wouldn't really think he's kind of like just a brute.
Yes.
Like, and also, how did he become brute? Because he was just like a kid, right? Like when he died, so like he aged. I guess he was like
No, he was.
No, he
he,
grew
he
up.
Did
was
he
like
grow
a
up? Oh,
teen
okay.
at least, or a young
Yeah.
adult.
okay
Yeah.
when he does burn alive in the fire. Okay, I couldn't remember that.
hmm
All right. How do you fucking get so jacked though? He's fucking working out.
Fucking
I mean, what else is he gonna do over there?
crocodile,
Yeah.
dude.
I
He's
guess,
doing
yeah.
push-ups and eating protein.
In the bayou. All
I
right.
mean, look at his dad. I mean, if he's got good genes, other
Eating
than
all that
looking like.
crawfish and stuff. Yeah.
One thing that threw me off the first time I saw it that I'll never forget is one of the 2 girls who keeps flashing is the fucking girl from Addams Family Values. And I
Oh,
was
really?
just like super.
Oh, the
Interesting.
girl
Oh,
from
Oh,
the
is it
summer
the blonde
camp.
girl?
For the summer,
Like,
yeah, the summer camp
oh.
girl.
I
It's
did
just
not
like-
make that connection
That
at
like
all.
creeped me out in a way.
Yeah, it's
because,
kind of
like,
weird. Yeah,
Yeah, I don't like seeing. Yeah, because I knew her as a
like as child actors.
right. Yeah, it's just like
Well, don't watch Game of Thrones, bud.
why?
Who gets naked in that? I
Arya
don't
Stark
remember.
gets.
Oh, she doesn't. You don't
She
see
does.
anything.
She gets
You see
naked
her-
in
you see
Game
her
of
bare
Thrones.
butt.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, big
Do
deal.
you?
Fuck.
Yeah,
Yeah,
butts are
what?
different.
Okay, fine.
That's actually why they didn't do it, is because so many people like, you know, they didn't
We all
want to
just
give
saw Mike
essentially.
Tyson's bare ass.
Oh my
So.
god, yeah,
Oh my
no.
God. Can we talk about that fight for like 3 seconds?
It was so bad.
Stupid as fuck.
It was
I
so
hated
so
it.
bad.
God damn, the fight before was brutal as
Yeah,
hell.
the
was,
girl
yeah.
fight. Yeah, the girl fight was good.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Mhm.
Anyway, yeah.
Anyway, uh, yeah, man. I don't know. I guess that's about
That's
it,
it.
right? There's
Yeah.
not much else. I
Well,
mean,
the
it's a.
kills. We gotta talk
It's
about like
okay, yeah. I mean, he
there's
rips off the fucking that guy, the two arms, which is pretty awesome there.
yeah, he twists a guy's head
Yeah,
like
That was
fucking like
yeah,
a
cool.
head
screw
twist.
360 and
I like
like
when he
pops it
kills the
off.
older dude and he like hacks through his entire half of his body. That's
Yeah.
neat.
Yeah, they got some fucking
Got some
like
sick
really
kills,
cool
yeah.
kills. It's definitely worth it almost for that. Like
hmm
the practical effects are really really cool. And one thing that you Todd, you're probably the same way. Uh, since we announced the movie and I've been like more into it, I'm really trying to pay attention to like, okay, how could I do this? You know, how could I replicate the same scene? And I was doing it a lot in this movie, knowing it was Adam Green's first like feature film, and it was interesting to watch like kind of how the effects were done. And I think a lot of them can be like, other than like the head ripping and shit, that's like fucking next level. You know,
Yeah,
yeah, we're not that big of a budget, but I think a lot of stuff is stuff we can do. And I was looking like in New Orleans, for example, it's Mardi Gras. But it's so clearly that it's only like a
One
fucking
street.
like not even one street, like basically I don't know 20 people in like gathered super closely, and you see like shots of like the rest of the street. There's like nothing going on, you know. Yeah, it is cool to see, and I'm sure I saw the same tree over and over. Like I think they had the same like tree set that just shot like from different angles and stuff. But I appreciate like the art of what
How
he's
did
been
he?
able to do with this.
What was his relationship? Because how did he get, like, for this being his first feature, how did he get like so many big actors like in this movie? He must have had some sort of relationship with
Sure. Good
someone
question.
in Hollywood.
He did an indie campaign on Indiegogo and he went from there.
Yeah, I know, but how is he getting like Tony
That's him.
Todd and Robert Englund? Like, he must have known someone. I mean, especially on a one, they have the budget here is 1.5 million, which is a lot. I mean,
Well, yeah.
he obviously had some sort of following. I just don't remember. I remember like he was a big up and coming director at the time.
Yeah, he was hot in Fangoria too.
Yeah.
Dude,
But
imagine that 1.5 million and ours is 5,000.
Yeah. Yes.
Hey, it's guerrilla filmmaking, man.
Split into three.
Yep.
So,
Split into
Right.
three.
Yeah.
with like dedicated money for the wraparound that we can't like use.
Right.
It's gonna be fun, man. I'm so fucking excited for that.
Yeah.
Gosh, it's gonna be fun.
Favorite Adam Green movie? Do you have
Oh,
one?
Taking Up Tomorrow for me.
Yeah, Tomorrow's really good.
Yeah, and
I
then
go
followed
with
by
Frozen.
Frozen.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Frozen's probably mine.
For me, it might be this, honestly.
Yeah?
Yeah, like I'm looking at his filmography. Frozen was good, but I'd put it like just a little bit under this one. I haven't watched Jacob Tomorrow in a long time, but that was
like
a really
that
good
one.
one from
It's
what
a
I
good one.
remember. But yeah, no, it's probably Hatchet.
I'm trying to
Ray-
see if there's any
Ray
news on how
Watts.
this was made.
Wait, what was he in Mayhem? I'm just looking at his IMDb. He didn't direct that, did he?
No.
Because that would definitely be it. No, he didn't direct it. I guess he just produced it or appeared in it or something.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, kudos to him. Very good.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I mean, great practical effects in this and stuff. And I mean, I'd like to see what he could do with like a sort of a big Hollywood budget movie. I think he could do some stuff.
Although he hasn't done. Has he done anything like
He's
lately?
doing
hasn't-
cons like a motherfucker.
He does a lot of
Yeah,
cons.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like, Victor Crowley seems to be his last like
That was
movie.
a rough one, man. That was pretty bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, he hasn't done anything since then, like other than TV episodes and stuff like that.
You
Yeah.
want to hear some cool backstory for this movie?
Always.
Yes.
So Adam says that he got the idea from when he was at summer camp when he was aged 8. So that's pretty cool. During the first day of camp, the counselors had warned the kids that a man named Hatchet Face would come and get them if they got near a particular cabin. So shout out to the camp counselors that scared this kid. But that's pretty sweet.
Nice. Alrighty. I think that's about it then.
Yep.
So let's review this baby. I'll start us off. Yeah, man, it's it's a fun, brainless slasher movie. I think it's the perfect movie to watch just with a group of friends if you're looking to throw something on, good background type movie, because the kills are awesome and there's not much story here. Like, not much interesting anything way. The story's just kind of there to get to the kills. So yeah, I think it's it's a fun time, a good one to put on with friends. But I think there's definitely a lot of issues here, and the ending is like very lacking. There's not a lot of great likable characters like we mentioned. So it's not something like I'm personally going to like throw on and be like, oh man, let's like watch Hatchet. You know what I mean? But I could see where the appeal comes from, and I could see why some people like it. So I give it a 3 out of 5.
Yeah, I'm teetering between a 3.5 out of 3. Part of me is on the same boat as you, Joe, where it's like I mirror exactly what you said. It's nothing that I want to watch unless, dictated by circumstances. But then again, the kills are fucking so cool. And to accomplish that on the budget you've had, and for a first film to have 1.5 million, that's a lot of money, man, for a first time
Yeah.
filmmaker. That's nuts. So mad respect to Adam to getting off the ground and getting the product that we got. So I'm gonna stick with 3.5 out of 5, mostly for the kills and the ingenuity to get it made. And yeah, 2, 3, and 4 though. Oof, those are rough.
Yeah, so I'm actually someone who watches this every couple of years. I mean, I had it logged on Letterboxd. I watched it 2 years ago. It's just I don't know why. Once in a while, I feel like popping this one in. Ever since I first saw it, like maybe like I don't know 5 6 years ago, and not this time because I'm too busy. But next time when I do this, I'm probably going to go through the series. It's only 4 films, and I'm curious. I own the other ones. I just never watched them. So I watched Victor Crowley. I didn't see 2 and 3 like you did. But for this one, I think it's fun kills. The comedy hits. It's there's a lot. I was never bored or anything like that. There are just some story issues and stuff. So I'm with Todd. 3.5 out of 5.
Alrighty. And what do our friends over at Letterboxd have to say? Currently sitting at a 2.8 out of 5 average over on Letterboxd. So lower than all of us, actually, based off that. Closest to me, though. So yeah. So it seems like the fans are kind of split on this. Although I think Victor Crowley is definitely in the horror community anyway. I would consider him. Would you consider him a horror icon or like just right under
No.
that? Like right,
Yeah,
like
not quite.
Yeah, it's a second tier.
a
Maybe,
record, yeah, second tier ish. Yeah.
maybe third.
Would you put him with the minor from My Bloody Valentine?
I put the minor above them. I think that's got a bigger horror cultural impact,
Yeah, agreed. Agreed.
Mhm.
Okay.
Maybe would you put him with fucking what's the guy's name in The Burning? Would you put him up there?
Yeah, I guess so. I'd
But
say he's probably above The Burning
Me
though.
too.
'Cause-
It was only one
yeah,
movie, right? So
Right.
What's the
Yeah.
Burning guy's name? Cropsy or something?
Cropsy.
Cropsy.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah. But he's kind of like mid tier, I guess, somewhere.
Yeah,
Yeah.
solid.
I would agree.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Would you meet Adam Green and have him sign something?
I haven't. I've been to quite a lot of cons and always walk by him and
Me
just
too.
kind of skip him because I'm just like, he hasn't done anything like I like Frozen, but there's not like he hasn't done anything where I'm like, oh, I like have to meet him, But I would like to get a Frozen poster signed eventually.
Yeah, I have his autograph on Victor Crowley 8x10.
Yeah, cool.
I got him in a bandbox, so I never met him in person. So, Mhm.
What about you, Todd?
Nah. I mean, no, I like his work, but nothing's like, wow, I gotta get this covered. So
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. Eventually. If I go to a con and like there's not a lot of people I want to meet, I think that will be the time. Like eventually maybe I'll jump on that wagon and meet them. But anyway, that's about it. All right, folks. Well, that's it for our episode. We hope you enjoyed our review of Hatchet. And once again, thank you, Eric, for picking it. Next week, we have another Indiegogo movie we'll be reviewing, Steve.
We do. So this one was picked by another person called TJ, which is one of Todd's friends, I believe. And he picked a twofer, which I don't know. Maybe he picked one and we decided to do two. I don't remember. But we're doing two. We're doing Fright Night and Fright Night Remake. So looking forward to that. Fright Night I watched not too long ago, but Fright Night Remake, it's been a while. So
yeah,
it'll be an interesting discussion.
I'm excited. I haven't watched either in quite a long time. I've definitely only watched the remake once, but I know a lot of people like that one. I know a lot of people like that one. I went in with a very closed mind, like at the time, so I'm excited to kind of watch it now with more of an open mind and checking it out. Stars, of course, Colin Farrell, and is it
The late,
McLovin?
No, isn't Anton Yelchin
McLovin's in there? Yeah, Anthony Yelchin.
Anton
plays
Yelchin.
Charlie.
Yeah.
McLovin's his friend.
That's right.
And then, Imogen Poots
Right.
is the girl.
Nice.
Yeah, pretty sad cast.
Yeah, pretty good
Yeah, for
cast.
sure.
Yeah. And then, of course, the
Thanks,
original.
TJ. You know I'm fucking moving this week, you dickhead. And I have to do 2 movies now, and we're filming this weekend. TJ's in it, so gosh
Wow,
damn it.
busy. Yeah. So go and check out the original Fright Night, of course, a absolute horror classic, and then the remake. Excited to discuss, compare, and contrast those for next week. In the meantime, you can keep up with the podcast: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Threads, X. Just search the Horror Squad Podcast. You can also email us anytime, the Horror Squad Podcast at gmail.com. But the absolute best way to keep up with the podcast is our Discord, totally and completely free to join. It's linked over on our Instagram, or you can send us a DM or an email. We'll get you a link to join our Discord. We do movie club every single month. This month is going to be Christmas themed. Steve, do you have movies picked out yet for that?
So there's going to be a vote by the time this episode releases on our Discord for people to pick which Christmas movie we will watch. So that's
Very cool.
another reason to join our Discord, so you can pick movies for our movie club.
All right, awesome. And that is usually the first Friday last Friday of every month. So that'll be coming up very shortly, actually. A ton of channels over there to sift through, an amazing community over there, a lot of people to talk to, a lot of friends to be made. So join us on our Discord. Also, if you haven't already, please leave us a 5-star review on your favorite podcast app. That helps us out greatly. And if you'd like to buy any merch, tpublic.com, the Horror Squad Podcast. It's linked on our Instagram as well. We have final episode merch out there, most new. So go and buy some of that, support the movie. Although it really doesn't, if you want to support the movie, donate to the Indiegogo. But if you just want to wear a shirt, this is the final, with our poster art on it. We have some merch over there.
Can I jump in real quick?
Yeah.
For the Indiegogo, please do not do the tip option. That
Yes.
goes strictly to Indiegogo. I've seen a couple people do that. I know your heart's in the right place, but that goes to the online platform, and they don't help at all. So
it doesn't go to us. So fuck them. Don't give them any more money. They're making plenty as it is. Yeah. But yeah. All right. I think that's about it. Once again, we hope you enjoyed this episode. Don't forget, stick around for our interview with Tony Todd. It is an old interview, of course.
Actually, I'll even say it was from the episode 212, which we did in February 4th, 2022, and we reviewed Candyman and Night of Living Dead 1990 on that episode. So it's that interview.
I don't remember reviewing that. Jeez.
Yep.
All right. Yeah. So please stick around for our interview with Tony Todd. And yeah, I'll just leave it out with a quick moment of silence in honor of Tony Todd before the start of the interview. So we will see you guys next week for Fright Night and Fright Night 2. And once again, rest in peace to the late, great icon, Tony Todd.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Horror Squad Podcast, where today we are joined by a very special guest. He has been in the industry for over 30 years with over 200 acting credits to his name. Genre fans will know him best for his roles in 1990's Night of the Living Dead, the Final Destination franchise, the Hatchet franchise, and countless other horror films. But you will know him best for his role as the title character in the Candyman franchise. He is a true legend and icon of the horror genre. Please welcome Tony Todd. Tony, how you doing? Thank you so much for joining us today.
What's up, guys? How we doing today? What a week of the divisional playoffs, man. Oh, my God.
Who's your team, Tony?
Well, I followed Brady down to the Bucks, man.
Yeah.
I was a New England fan. That fucking comeback, I said, what the fuck? Is this another Super Bowl moment down in Atlanta? And then to be failed by the offensive line, Jesus Christ. But anyway, all the games were tight, close. So
it was amazing. Definitely amazing. So Tony, you're here to talk to us today about one of your newest projects, which is Stoker Hills. So can you tell us how you got involved in that, and also what the movie's about?
Yeah, I got a great manager. We've been together 25 years, Jeff Goldberg. All scripts come to him, and then the ones he likes, he earmarks and sends them to me. That's like how it came to my attention. Intrigued me was, besides the new twist on the found footage, I liked my character because it reflected the way I am in my real life. I've been doing more and more teaching lately, and right after I finished that film, I think I got my first teaching assignment. I've been to like 4 or 5 different colleges so far, and I like that. I want to include that as part of my continuum.
Mhm.
Just
Yeah.
touching young minds and letting them
Mhm.
look at me and see me, know my work, and asking me questions that are, particular to their drive, to what they want in life.
Yeah. Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
So are you teaching? Are you teaching acting or
I'm
other things
teaching,
as well?
yeah, it's acting based, but it's all about how to
Mhm.
navigate. There's so many acting programs in this country. Almost every major college has one. So let's say on any given year, in most programs, about 20 people per class. So let's say I'm under, but let's say there's 1,000 trained people that arrive in New York, Hollywood, Chicago every year. Okay. Now the reality is that maybe 50 of them have a shot. So it's just how to help them navigate, how to be prepared when the opportunity comes, how to reset and just be patient enough to wait. A lot of the people I went to school with, I went to Trinity Rep Conservatory, got my master's in theater. A lot of people, and they were very talented people in my class, but most of them gave it 2 years and they gave up. And a lot of them called me once I started doing movies, saying, "Well, how'd you do it?" And I said, "I didn't give up. Uh, I love what I do, and it doesn't come with an expiration date on the bottle. You just got to keep readjusting, do your survival gigs, whatever you need to do. If you want it, if you don't want it, walk the fuck away. Okay."
Yeah.
That's the first thing I tell them. If you're in this for the wrong reasons, you're in it incorrectly. So
Right. Yeah. So I heard you mention that the movie is obviously partially found footage, which obviously within the last 20 years has really become quite prevalent. Obviously I would say the Blair Witch Project kind of jump started that back up. So what are your thoughts on the found footage genre in general, and do you have a favorite one?
no, I don't. I mean,
Mhm.
I was around and aware of what Blair Witch did when it came out.
Mhm.
So I respect film. Yeah, the found footage element didn't have much to do with my character in Sugar
Right.
Hill, so
Mhm.
I didn't pay much attention to it. I just played who
Okay.
the fuck I was, right?
Yeah. Sure.
And let the kids take over.
Mhm.
Um, so I haven't seen the film yet, so I can't say
Okay.
to you whether it works or doesn't work.
Mhm.
I trust the director, I trust the producers, I trust the company, and we'll see.
Sure. Now
Have
you
you
get
seen it?
pitched. What was that?
Have you seen it?
Yes, we both. Yeah, we both did. Yep,
And how was it?
it was good. Yeah, we enjoyed it.
Good.
Definitely. Yeah. Now you get pitched, I'm sure, hundreds of horror movies a year.
Not
Is
just
there
horror
anything
films, okay?
specific?
I'm not a horror actor.
Well,
All right.
right.
Okay. So
Absolutely.
yes, I get some horror scripts and I get some other scripts and I get other opportunities. So just
Right.
clarify
So you
that.
get. Yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah, we're just a horror podcast, So
I
I just.
got it.
I
Okay.
mean, yeah. But so you get pitched hundreds of movies a year, I'm sure. So was there anything specifically that attracted you to this project in
Yeah,
general?
because it reflected one of the things I'm doing in my real life, which is teaching.
Okay.
That was the
Right.
that was the thing. Not horror.
Gotcha.
It was that he was a college professor and whatever happens in the film takes off on his own.
Sure. All right. Steve, I know you got some questions for Tony.
I
Steve,
do. One of my favorite films of all time in any genre is the Tom Savini's version of Night of the Living Dead. And I was wondering, what was your approach on taking on the iconic role of Ben that Dwayne Jones had done also so brilliantly in the 60s? And I thought your take was amazing. So how did you approach that role?
Well, Dwayne Jones in 1967 was a very prominent, not only, he was also a college professor, okay? And I remember seeing the original Night of the Living Dead at the drive-in theater and saying, oh my God, look at that. Because I knew I wanted to be an actor. I just wasn't sure financially or economically it was feasible as a Black man in America. And I said, look at him. And he's playing this role. Nobody's calling attention to the fact of what his race is. He's just a man doing a job. So that stuck in my head. And then I was in Pittsburgh when we filmed Forrest Whitaker, and he's the one that brought up to me the fact that they were doing a remake and strongly suggested it. I said, man, he says tomorrow's the day off, Saturday, go over there. And I did. And I ran to Tom Savini and I convinced him that I was the one for the role. And just one time in my career that I ever used chutzpah or just, I knew that I was right for the role. Sometimes you just know it. And sometimes you know it and you don't get it. But in this case, I knew I was going to walk out of there without having that role. And Tom, of course, is the king of gore and makeup wise. And I stepped into the shoes of Mr. Jones, man, which is fantastic.
Right, it's great. And in the movie, there's a lot of great practical effects. As an actor, do you find that practical helps you a lot more compared to CGI, which a lot of films utilize today?
Practical is much better. I prefer practical. Like when we did Candyman with Bernard Rose, all those are practicals. I mean, it's just it's or audience members are stupid. They can see what a CGI looks like. When we did Candyman, we had real bees. Okay, in the first one, real bees. Can't mistake them. Yeah, and you can't do that anymore, unfortunately.
Yeah, which you were stung what 27 times, I think, is the 23 times. Yeah,
25. After the first 5, what does it matter?
right. Totally. So I wanted to touch a little bit on the newest Candyman, which I mean I just thought was fantastic. Did you feel? Yeah. Did you feel like this was sort of a passing of the torch to your character, or do you think that you'll return?
I don't. I think no. I mean, I know things that you don't know, so no, it's not a passing.
Okay.
Well, I mean, the tagline in this new movie is "Candyman's not a he; he's the whole damn hive." That doesn't mean the original he is going away, does it? I mean, I'm just
no.
Right,
so. No, I mean, obviously the fans definitely do not want to see you go away. So I mean, we definitely want to see that character.
Yeah, I wish I was able to do more in the production, but I was in South Africa. Jordan called me, explained what the situation was, and if it's successful, which it was, I think that'll open the door to new worlds.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So Dia DaCosta is a woman, is an African American woman taking the helm. I'm so proud of her. Okay, and that job led to her doing Miss Marvel. So you do a good job. And this is what I tell my students. You show up, don't fuck up, don't drink too much the night before, don't get high, show up, right? And give your best, and they will call you back and back and back and back.
Yep, no, definitely. So how did it feel like putting on that costume again? Because it had been a while. I mean, obviously, I know you do it at horror conventions and whatnot, but I mean, this was putting it on back again, for, the character and for the movie.
Yeah, it was, dude. I've been carrying this character around for 30 years at different conventions, keeping him alive. Then in the last 3 years, we started doing photo ops and stuff, keeping him alive. And finally, somebody listened. Jordan had his opportunity. Universal opened up their books and said you could choose any of our stuff to do. Right? And he went to Candyman. There's a very specific reason he did that. There's a private reason, which I won't reveal here, but he just was, it was his driving force to the horror universe. So.
Now, I know after the third Candyman, obviously, the franchise kind of went away. And I know, I'm sure you were pitched a lot of different ideas and whatnot, and I'm sure there were some that came close. Was there one in particular, maybe, that was really close, or an idea that you really liked that just didn't get off the ground?
My idea was to transpose him to New England. I wanted him to be a college professor at an all-girls school with snowstorms looking around his coat. That was all I had. One of the studios proposed Candyman Leprechaun thing, and I turned that down like in a day. But here he is now, and it's a fine line I have to juggle because I don't want to be just one single role. And those people that know me from the theater, they know that that's my first love. So, you don't want to do too much, but if we do another Candyman in its current state, of course I'd participate, they pay very well.
Yeah.
And then the fans, more importantly, the fans love it.
Yes.
And
Hmm.
I don't think I haven't been to a con. Trying to think, I've been to a con since it came out. I did Texas Frightmare last year. Was that before or after? It was before.
You did Rhode Island Comic Con, which was
I
after because
did
I met
Rhode
you
Island
there.
Comic Con.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you. Yeah, I
Yeah,
love
you-
I was finally to let me in Rhode Island Comic Con. That's where I went to school.
That's right. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah. No, it was good. It was great to meet you there.
Thank you,
So
man.
yeah, of course. I got to ask about Leprechaun versus Candyman because you just brought it up. I just think that is a preposterous idea for that character. Like what? Like when the studio pitched that to you, like did they give you a script or was it just a pitch?
No, there was no script. It was just an
Yeah.
idea. I think Freddie and Jason were in development. They were just trying
Right.
to normalize it. But I love this character. I don't want to cheapen him. And all
Yeah.
due
Right.
respect to Warwick, I just felt those two characters came from two different worlds and didn't make any
Mhm.
sense. It was like using a shoehorn when a woman's
Yeah.
got a size 14 foot because she was insisting on wearing a 9. Okay? It's not the shoehorn, darling.
Yeah, well, I think I can say for all horror fans, like we are very glad that did not, take
Thank
to happen.
No, I appreciate it. I love the horror fans. You
Yeah.
guys are very specific, and your
Mhm.
dedication and admiration is palpable. And speaking
Thank
for
you.
all people that may have been in a horror film, and I know a lot of
Mhm.
them, we appreciate it.
Well, thank you. We appreciate you, Tony. Just a couple more for you before we let you go. Another franchise that you were very prevalent in is obviously the Final Destination franchise, which they had just announced recently will be they'll be getting a sort of reboot of some
Yeah,
sorts.
yeah.
Have they reached out to you at all, or can you say
Well, there's
possibly if you might return?
no reason to reach out to me. I mean, it's part of public law. I'm not worried about it. If they do it,
Mhm.
either they'll use me or they don't. You know, what do
Mhm.
they'll use me or they don't.
Okay.
Or do I
And
look like I'm worried though?
no, definitely not. But we as fans would love to see you back in that
Yeah,
franchise. We hope to see
I'm
you.
sure if they do the right thing, they'll have me back. Ask
Mhm.
Jeffrey Reddick. I don't know. That's
Sure.
what's his face? Okay, never mind.
All right. No problem. And my final question, just a fun one. So obviously you've been in countless movies, and I'm sure throughout the years, certain things may have left the studio and whatnot with you. Is there like a favorite item or prop that you own from any of your movies?
I have a lot of souvenirs.
Mm-hmm.
The very first film I did, Platoon, I have my original staff for that movie.
Mm-hmm.
And I have a lot of Star Trek memorabilia.
Very awesome. Shh, we won't tell. We won't tell.
Okay. And
Uh,
I had the original Candyman coat, but through machinations and stuff, it disappeared mysteriously from the storage unit I was had it in.
mm.
So somewhere out there is a guy walking around with a Candyman coat, or a girl.
Oof. All right. Well, Tony, I gotta say it's been just like an absolute pleasure and honor to have you on today.
Thank
Yeah,
you talking to me. It was great seeing you at Rhode Island Comic Con for the first
yeah.
time. That's fantastic.
Of course. But before we let you go, is there anything? I mean, obviously, everyone go and check out Stoker Hills. But is there
Mhm.
anything else you got coming up in the works, or anything else you'd like to promote?
Nothing that I can announce other than playing Venom in the new Spider-Man game.
That's
That's
right.
already been publicly
Congratulations.
announced. Thank you.
Yes.
But there's a bunch of stuff that's brewing. So we'll see. By the end of the day, I should have some more news. And anybody who wants to follow me at Tony Todd 54 on Twitter.
Okay, awesome. Well, we're all very excited. I'm sure you got some big stuff coming up, so we cannot wait.
Huge stuff.
I'm sure, and we're all very excited for it.
Thank you very much, Tony.
That was amazing,
welcome,
Tony.
guys.
It was amazing.
You're welcome.
It was a
Thank
pleasure.
you.
Have a
Thank
good
you.
one.
It was a
Keep up the
pleasure.
good
Have a good
work,
one.
guys. Thank you.
See ya.